गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Welcome to all, and we are in meditation. So what's the contemplation today? The contemplation, how do we begin? The Parabrahma Paramatma, the infinite self, cannot be conceptualized. Then what can be conceptualized? Anything that is within the purview of matter, Prakriti, only that can be conceptualized. Vedanta tells us about what? It doesn't tell us about Prakriti. It gives you the definition of Prakriti, gives you the understanding of Prakriti. But what is the purpose of Vedanta? What is the goal of Vedanta? What is Vedanta? Vedanta is that which is beyond concepts. Where are concepts? In the intellect. Where is Vedanta? What is Vedanta? Beyond intellect, beyond concepts. What is that? This is the question. What is this Vedanta? What is this infinite self? The Upanishads say, you are that. Tattvamasi. You are that. And we nod. Yeah, thank you for telling us that. Wow, I am that. But what have you understood? What are you nodding? It is beyond your intellect. So how could you understand it? And yet, everyone knows it. That's why they are agreeing with it, isn't it? So somewhere deep within us, why deep within us? The self alone knows the self. The infinite alone knows the infinite. Finite cannot come to know the infinite. Basic understanding. Where is finite under finite? Finite is only in the mind and intellect. Concepts are finite, emotions are finite, thoughts are finite, past and future is finite. In the present also, if our attention is on the Prakriti, if our attention is on matter, it is finite. Why stop there? Thoughts are finite. Space, time and objects, they are finite. So through all these logic, conceptualization, devotion, emotion, you cannot reach the Vedanta. You cannot go beyond the matter, because you are employing tools which are part and parcel of matter. Thoughts are part and parcel of matter. Intellect is part and parcel of matter. And what does intellect do? Conceptualize. See? So this is the basic understanding. See? But that's the only tool we have. So we are thinking of words such as infinite, such as eternal, unborn, beginningless. These do not leave any conclusion behind. If you are made up for it, if the urge is there within, that I want to be that infinite one while living, then in a lifetime of practice may bring you there. You may recognize yourself as the self, as the infinite self. And that recognition is without any medium. That recognition is without any support. That recognition is without any instrument of knowledge. Instrument of knowledge are what? The senses, the mind, the intellect. None of these. And breath also, yes. Through none of these you can come to know the self. Because it is self-existing, it is self-knowing. Till we get to that. So not till we get, but for majority of people, if they cannot come to know the infinite self through the mind and intellect, and they are not able to, mind and intellect function in name and form. So what do? Infinite has got no name and no form. So what to do? I'm thinking of the infinite. Hey, you're making a mistake because you're thinking. Infinite cannot be thought about. Self cannot be thought about. This is the conundrum that we are caught in. Because we do not know how to sit in silence, because we are incapable at this moment to accept ourselves as self-existing, self-illuminating, self-knowing essence, because lifetimes of practice and this life's practice of considering yourself, defining yourself only with reference to body, breath, mind, intellect, people, objects, space, time, objectivity, etc., etc., etc. So this has to be undone. So very rare are the people, are the seekers, are the meditators who can contemplate and be the infinite self. It must happen. It must come from within. Till then, what do we do till it happens? How do we prepare for it? For majority of the seekers, a personalized God is the way out. In the end, what are we seeking? Why are we seeking the self? Why are we seeking the Lord, God? Why are we doing it? In two words, it is answered by our scriptures. Dukkha nivritti sukha prapti. It is for the removal of misery, sorrow in our life, and attainment of unadulterated happiness. Attainment of homogeneous happiness. See, these are the basic principles that we are telling you. Now understand, is your life, are you abiding in homogeneous state of happiness? Are you happy for continuously? If we say no, if you say yes, fantastic, then you don't need to listen to me. But if you say no, then question is, why is it not continuous? Because it is dependent on something or someone. It is dependent on time, space, and objectivity. I am happy when early in the morning, by evening I become cranky. I am happy when I am alone. I become disturbed when all people are around me. Some people will say, I am happy when I am around people, but I become disturbed when I am alone with myself. They're pathetic. See, all types of people are there. So always they are dependent on someone. There is a reference of something, someone, space I said, time I said, objects, people, and inert objects in the world. Then there is no guarantee. What you like today, you might not like tomorrow. What you disliked yesterday, you may like today. Oh, sun is so beautiful. Come 4 o'clock today or tomorrow when the temperature reaches 28. Oh, I don't like this sun. It's so hot. It was better yesterday. Immediately, same sun who was giving you joy today will become a source of misery tomorrow. Why? And your reference is with the sun. So, dukkha nivritti, sukha prapti. So, what is the principle? Principle is continuous happiness, homogeneous happiness is to be gained, and it is to, if that happiness is gained through the objects and being space-time objectivity, it will remain broken. Then what is to be done? You have to go beyond space-time and objectivity. Yes, that's what we are trying, and but it is not happening. You say self is beyond the time-space objectivity, but I can't reach there. I can't reach there. Why? But you don't have to reach. You already are that. No, but I am not able to catch myself. This is again a problem. You are trying to catch yourself. You have to be. Is there a middle step somewhere? Yes, there is a middle step. Good, you asked. What is the middle step? Can you see someone in your life? Have you come across someone in books, in biographies, in YouTube, or come across such masters who are living in this life and are beyond the scope of space-time objectivity? You see their body, but they are unclutched from space-time and objectivity. How did they achieve it? How did they get to that position where they are the masters of space, time, and objectivity? This is the interim step. So if we are not able to be the self, be the infinite, the interim step is, if you are considering yourself to be an individual, be such an individual who is not at the mercy of space-time object. In other words, you are not at the mercy of mind and concepts. So go beyond. For that, to invoke that possibility that I am the master of space-time objectivity, meaning I am the master of Prakriti. This is the interim step before the Vedanta, understanding Vedanta. This is the link. We pray to God. Who is God? God is He, Ishvara is He, Ram is He, Shiva is He, Narayana is He, who is the master of the Prakriti. Who is a saint? Who is the master of Prakriti? What is Prakriti in you? Prakriti is the mind. But you just said Prakriti is space-time objectivity. Yes. Space-time and objectivity are only concepts of the mind. So, have we become masters of our mind? If we have not become masters of our mind, you cannot even come to God, or you can never come to know the self. even though it is always known. You are the self, but as long as you are enjoying the slavery of the mind, as long as you enjoy sabotaging your happiness, as long as you are happy to get these small, small joys from small, small things and are ready to sacrifice the infinite happiness, whether at the self, as the self, or whether as being one with the God principle, nobody can help you. So, how do we go beyond the mind? By invoking Him who is in control, who has gone beyond the Prakriti. Who has gone beyond the Prakriti? Either contemplate on a saint or a sage, or contemplate on the Ishvara, in whichever form that is dear to you, with love, with faith, with dedication, with regularity, with commitment. In a nutshell, this is the way to invoke the divine that is inherent within us. We are the divine. Better to live in this world as the master of the world rather than as a slave of this world. This possibility is there within this life. So contemplate on what I have just said. That for that you must be, first you have to get frustrated with your daily living, in the sense that it is not giving you the permanent happiness, and everything you do in your life is only for happiness. We have to be fired up with this imagination that is there a possibility of getting permanent happiness, being permanently happy? Yes, it is. Invoke the Lord or be the self. These are the two ways. So let's sit quietly. Keeping your eyes closed, back, neck and head in a straight line, fingers interlocked on your lap. Watching your body sitting in this position, smile on your lips, no thoughts of past and future in our mind, with an inspired attitude, a happy disposition, taking a deep breath, and while breathing out, relaxing the body from head to toe and letting it settle down. Do it once more. Relax, relax, relax. Let the body relax. Watch the body going from tension to relaxation. When we do not try to do anything in the body, it relaxes by itself. Bring your attention to the breath. Within this relaxed body, take a deep breath and slowly breathe out and relax even further. Again, taking a deep breath, filling up your chest, abdomen, and slowly releasing the breath through your nostrils, allowing the body to deflate. Empty the stomach, empty the chest. Keep breathing out slowly. And once more, taking a deep breath, filling up the chest, filling up the tummy, and slowly breathing out and emptying the stomach, emptying the chest, and breathing out till all the breath has come out. Do nothing except bring your attention to your nostrils and watch the breath come into the nostrils and go out of the nostrils to the exclusion of all other thoughts. Remain committed, focused, single pointed, in a relaxed manner, watching the breath with full attention. Don't force the breath in, don't force the breath out. Don't regulate the breath, don't manipulate the breath, don't force the breath to come in or go out. Let it find its own rhythm. All you have to do is just be attentive to the process that is naturally happening. If we remain a witness to the process of breath, it doesn't take a long time for the breath to settle down. Settling down of the breath is equal to a slow and shallow breath. The ultimate will be when the breath goes into your nostrils and without going into your throat, just going into the nostrils and coming out of the nostrils. It will happen when you are completely relaxed. Body is the result. This shallow breath is the result of a relaxed body. You need deep breaths only when there is disturbance at the body level. So relax, relax, relax. Allow the breath to relax. Ultimate relaxation is no breath. Keep watching the breath going in and come out, going in and come out. Merely watch the process. And do not go to sleep. Don't chant any mantra, don't think of anything else. Only attention on the breath. mind and body, the link between the two is the breath. If breath is relaxed, slow and shallow, body will be relaxed and mind will be relaxed. Non-agitation, non-movement of the body is the relaxation at the body level. And the number of thoughts erupting in the mind, when it reduces in the mind relaxes. And because body is only a concept in the mind is identified with one body, this body I am, so anything happening to this body, it gets agitated, and we don't understand this connection. So we take the support of the breath to relax and break this link between mind and body. Breaking of this link happens every night when you go to sleep. That's why you get up refreshed. The possibility of us being the master of the mind, unaffected by the mind, the possibility of not being a slave to the mind can come about. Yes, one is by remembering the one who is a master of the mind. And what has the master done? He has done exactly this. Obliterating, removing the idea that I am the body from the mind. Very difficult, but possible. And we take the breath as the support initially to bring this about to a large extent. Every day, 2-3 times a day, we must spend some time only focusing on the breath the way we have explained. So that on one hand the body remains locked in position, undisturbed. And the other side, the mind is thinking less and less as the breath is becoming slower and shallower. Then in such a mind where there is less and less thoughts, we introduce the name of God. Who is this God? He is the master of his mind. He is the master of Prakriti. He is the master of matter, unaffected by matter. We think, what we think we become. So you think of God. Take whosoever name is dear to you, and in the same relaxed manner, joyfully, take the name of the Lord understand, contemplate that he is the master of his mind, he is the master of the Prakriti, and that is where you want to be. You want to be the master of your Prakriti, which is your mind, and you have taken a support. It's okay.